Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're continuing on with the GUI, and before we actually start to put any more code into this function, we just need to create some voids. So I'm going to come here before the very last close brackets. So as I said, these are type void. And the first one is going to be use battery. We'll open and close brackets, we'll close the line off. So these voids are going to handle the code. So we're going to have use buttons within the inventory. So we'll create a series of buttons below this block here. When we click the button, we'll call this void. And as I said, that will have the code that will add a battery to our flashlight, and the same for all the other consumables. But for now, we just need to get them in place. So let's copy and paste 4 times. And we just change it out from use battery to use health pack. The next one will change to food. Water bottle. And finally, energy bar. Now, please don't worry about these voids. We're going to fill them out in a later lesson. But for now, I just want to create the buttons for these consumables. So I'm going to create them here below both these blocks, the consumables and boosts. And in fact, that comment should say boosts. And we're going to come here. We'll put in the comment of create use buttons for our consumables. We'll come below, we'll say if open brackets GUI dot, and we want dot button, open brackets new rect. We'll open brackets again, and the position on screen is we want start label horizontal, because I want it at the side of this label, which obviously is the stat label horizontal, but via its width. So we move it in by that amount plus 10. So plus the buffer we have here at the side, and plus another 5 as a buffer between the button and the label. We'll come here, we'll say comma, and its position can be 110, same as it is here, comma. We're going to say underscore start label horizontal, and it doesn't need to be that big. I'm just going to say divided by 2. I think that will give us a good size for the button. And we're going to say underscore start label vertical, and I'm actually going to say -5 and close brackets. Now I'm going to say -5 because there will be some empty space above the writing within this button. Now it's the same for the label, but we don't see the empty space because we have a black background. But of course we are going to see the button, so hopefully this, by minusing by 5, we'll get something that looks a little bit more uniformed, but I may have to change and experiment with that value. We're going to say comma, speech marks, and in the speech marks we're going to say use. We'll come to the end, we'll close brackets twice. We're going to open and close brackets again, and we're going to call the use battery function. We'll open and close brackets, we'll close the line off, and we'll just put it in the comments. Let's see, about in line. We'll just say call, and we want the use battery function. And I've opened and closed brackets here and here because we will have to come back and put another line of code in this if block later, but that will be later. For now, let's just call the function and we'll move on, and we'll come back to these buttons at a later date. But for now, let's just copy and paste that in 4 more times. Excuse me. So we just need to change the position on the vertical, and we was moving it up by a value of 30, so 140, 170, 200 and 230. And now we need to change out what function we are calling, so let's just copy and paste those in. So we'll copy and paste call use health pack, and we'll just keep going for use food. Remember to alter it in the comments as well, and I'm tidying up the comments as always as we go along. And there we go for water bottle. And finally, one last time for use energy bar. So let's save that off. We'll come to Unity. Let's clear the console. The script is recompiled, so let's hit play. And we'll hit I for our inventory, and there are our buttons. So let's just stop that there. Let's come back to mono develop, and I'll just copy and paste in one of the debug logs into each one of the new voids we've created. And then we'll just change out what the debug log is going to change. We'll change it to the name of the function, as we normally do. There we go, that's the last one. Let's save that off. Let's hit play again. Let's just clear the console again. Let's click one of these use buttons. And as you can see, it's called the use battery, use health pack. So these buttons are now working in the sense that they are calling the functions. Obviously, we have no code in the functions as of yet, but we'll be moving on to that very shortly. And I can still see little things like here where some of the text is getting cut off, so we'll need to make a few more adjustments to the GUI as we flesh this out more. And in fact, we may have to move the use buttons to the right a little bit. I think they'll be getting rather close when we make a set for the constitutions, but I think we'll leave it here for now. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time, and until then, as always, bye for now.